they'll take this.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set, hut. 60 red. 60 red. Ready, ready.
Love going to throw right away. That's going to be incomplete. It looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Black blue, ready, ready. 10 black. Hey, green. Black shot. Blue, go. Hey, red. Rail, yellow. Drill, 52. Stand.
Throwing. Love. The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Ready. Hey, hey, blue. Yellow, 22. Needle, blue. Steel, black. Green jack. Hut, hut.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
DJ Reed there defensively.
2nd and 10.
Drill green. Yellow, 43. Yellow, zoom. Claws red. 6. Mega. Check, hut.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Set, ready. Set.
Love now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. 9 yards that time.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Brendan, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Love. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
A foot burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Another run for Gibbs here. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3 and out on their opening drive. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Down the sideline he goes. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1 yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Pacheco will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And oh, it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
And get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go.
And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
On the double. Fury, yellow. Set, yellow, go. Red, yellow. Hut, hut.
Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Ready, ready. 33, yellow. Claws red. Beetle blue. Set.
Love. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to... Nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Okay, ready?
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Black ultra. Blue. Green jack. Hut.
They're going to try and throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
Zoom black. Ready.
Now Love. That's to the sideline and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
White, field, blue striker.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Love. Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Reed. A gain there of 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
The first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Yellow, 20, chop, 17. Red, yellow, set.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here we go. Here we go. 45. White. Claws red. Black shot. Fury yellow. Hut.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love will complete this one to Watson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go. Black 95.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Set. 33. Yellow. Ready.
Again, it's Love. That's taken in by Golden. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
10 black. Ready.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson from 10 yards out. And the Packers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
This 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
We're good. We're good. 180.
Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Goff. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Goff now to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, let's go. Up. Right 20.
To throw is gone. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Bates' kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Here we go.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Set.
Final play of the half. Love. That's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's 2nd down. Fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Ready.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Love from the gun. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. on second down.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Set. Fury. Yep. Blue striker. Six. Mega. Ready.
To throw again on second down. Love. That one caught downfield by Watson. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 of the 15. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Let's go.
15-yard line.
Yellow, 22. Red, Psych, Black, Ultra. Green, Jack. Set, go.
Going back to Love. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Red, yellow, set, ready. 50, green. Fly, blue. Yellow, zoom. White, white. Beetle, blue. Smash, red.
Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lloyd. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marshawn Lloyd. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This out quickly to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Trying to regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. And not nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 2-point game. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, he tried it from the parking lot.
Black Ultra. Set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throw aside complete. That's low. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Set. Black 40. Ready?
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here we go. Set. Red, yellow, black, 95. Go red. Green Jack. 6. Mega. Set.
Here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Go. 60 reps. 60 reps.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers have taken a fourth-quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 5.
16.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Breaks through the contact. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And running with power here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. 2nd and 6 coming up. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
76. We go tonight. 180.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Black 40. Ready.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. It's a room to maneuver. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's 1st and 10. Gone. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys are struggling to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Now gone. And that's caught by Williams. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. This is 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for goal. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd down.
Come on! 180!
From the gun, here's Goff. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's 3rd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Green Bay, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.